Welcome to Yatim Khana and Madrasa Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Art, Science and Commerce, Camp Pune 1. Myself, Dr. Arif Tamboli, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electronic Science. Students, today we are going to study the topic which is called as role of barrier potential. Barrier potential is also called as knee voltage in PN junction diode. Because of development of barrier potential, PN junction diode becomes a very important semiconductor component, and we are going to study the role of barrier potential. As shown below, due to barrier potential, diode will not conduct for applied input voltages V in below zero point 0.7 volt. So this line is important. As shown below, due to barrier potential, diode will not conduct for applied input voltages below zero point 0.7 volt because the magnitude of barrier potential barrier potential in case of silicon, which is widely used, is zero point 0.7 volt, and therefore if the applied input voltage V in to the PN junction diode is less than 0.7 volt then it will not conduct for the applied input voltage V in less than zero point 0.7 volt, that is below zero point 0.7 volt, PN junction diode will not conduct, and that we are going to see in the diagram. The barrier potential is developed even though we don't apply external input voltage. And see, this is the diagram. So here, most of the time what we feel that if we apply the external voltage, that is anode to the positive of the battery, cathode to the negative of battery, then only the barrier potential gets developed. But it is not like that. A PN junction diode is a single crystal, and when p-type material is combined with n-type material, at that time only the migration of electron starts from n-type material to p-type material, and that migration takes place very close to the junction, and that everything we have studied in the previous lecture. And because of the migration of electron on the left hand side, the atoms, upon gaining the electron, negative charge is increased. Therefore this is your the atom, those who have gain the electron, their negative charge is marked by the minus, minus, minus. And the atom on the right hand side, those who have lost the electron or lose the electron, so here their negative charge is decreased, that is leading towards the positive charge, so plus, plus, plus. And in this way the barrier potential is developed, and the magnitude of this barrier potential in case of silicon, it is zero point 0.7 volt. It is zero point 0.7 volt, and therefore here, when now after this, when you connect the battery in forward direction to the PN junction diode, forward direction means anode of the battery, anode of the diode to the positive of battery, and cathode of the diode to the negative of battery. At that time, input voltage applied to PN junction diode with the help of external battery must be greater than this barrier potential. Then only PN junction diode will start conducting, otherwise not. And that is what here it is said, as shown below, due to barrier potential, the diode will not conduct for applied input voltages below zero point 0.7 volt. So now let us proceed for that. As shown below, diode will not conduct for the voltages below zero point 0.7 volt, and it behaves as an open switch because non-conducting device, any device which is not conducting means non-conducting device will be replaced by open switch for all voltages below zero point 0.7 volt. And when we have studied the measurement of voltage, when a switch is open and to that open switch if you apply any voltage, 1 volt, 2 volt, 5 volt or zero point 0.5 volt, the voltage across the switch will be equal to applied voltage, and therefore here the measured voltage across diode, which is behaving as an open switch, is always equal to applied voltage till 0.7 volt, because till 0.7 volt only the diode behaves as open switch, and that we will understand from the diagram. So look at this diagram. Here, this switch S is not a real switch, and here therefore we have written here open switch is equivalent of non-conducting diode. Here open switch S is equivalent of non-conducting diode. So in this diagram, don't get confused that there is a neutrally switch. This switch we have shown as an indication or as equivalence of non-conducting diode. So here this diode is not conducting till zero point 0.7 volt. This diode is not conducting till 0.7 volt because look at the left hand side. On the left hand side, applied input voltage V in to the diode such that anode of the diode is connected to positive of battery, cathode of the diode is connected to negative of the battery, but applied input voltage is not greater than 0.7 volt. It is starting from zero point 0.1 volt to 0.7 volt. So this is a variable battery, that is variable voltage source, of course DC plus and minus, but it is varying from what value to what value, 0.1 volt to 0.7 volt. And the knee voltage, that is barrier potential inside the diode, is zero point 0.7 volt. Therefore, as long as input voltage is less than the barrier potential, this diode will behave as non-conducting device and it is shown as an open switch. And therefore here, if input voltage is 0.1 volt, the measured voltage across the diode, that is VD, is also zero point 0.1 volt. If the input voltage is 0.2 volt, then measured voltage across diode is also 0.2 volt, and accordingly till 0.7 volt, this diode is behaving as open switch. Therefore, input voltage, whatever you apply to the diode, that same voltage goes to the voltmeter, and voltmeter measures the voltage across the diode which is behaving as non-conducting device, but remember it will behave as a non-conducting device in forward bias condition, that is anode to the positive and cathode to the negative, up to 0.7 volt only, and here you can see the diode, the voltmeter and battery, all they are in parallel. The diode, voltmeter and battery are in parallel. This is equivalent of the non-conducting diode. Switch S is the equivalent of non-conducting diode. And the same diagram now, if you just look at the anode of the diode and cathode of the diode, now we have taken everything vertical. Here in this diagram, everything is horizontal, and here now everything is vertical. So in this diagram, anode of the diode is connected to again positive of the battery, cathode of the diode is again connected to the negative of battery, means diode is in forward bias condition. But applied input voltage V in is in the range of 0.1 volt to 0.7 volt. Therefore, applied input voltage V in, which is used to forward bias the PN junction diode, is less than knee voltage of the PN junction diode, or it is less than, this input voltage is less than barrier potential of PN junction diode. Therefore, this diode also will not conduct up to 0.7 volt, and it is shown as open switch yes. So this open switch yes is again equivalent of non-conducting PN junction diode up to 0.7 volt. And now look at here, if the diode is behaving as open switch non-conducting device, if you apply 0.1 volt, voltmeter will measure, that is voltage across diode, VD will be 0.1. If it is 0.2, variable battery, it is 0.2, it will measure 0.2. So in this way here, whatever input voltage we in 0.1 to 0.7, same voltage will be measured by the voltmeter across diode, that is VD, 0.1 to 0.7 volt. Therefore, it is given here in the bracket 0.1 to 0.7 volt. So the concept is very simple. Now, as shown below, if the load resistance RL is connected, in that case, if the load resistance RL is connected, in that case, no current flows through the RL because diode is not conducting till 0.7 volt, of course, and it behaves as open switch for all voltages below 0.7 volt. So here, the same diagram now let us see here. The diode is there, diode D, anode of the diode is over here, cathode of the diode is over here, anode is connected to positive of battery, cathode is connected through resistor RL to the negative of the battery, and again here input voltage Vin applied to the diode is such that anode to the positive, cathode to the negative of the battery, but input voltage is less than zero point 0.7 volt. Input voltage is less than 0.7 volt, that is below zero point 0.7 volt. Okay, so in this way, now this input voltage is not sufficient. Now this input voltage Vn is not sufficient to force the diode into conduction. Why it is not sufficient? Because the barrier potential of the diode is zero point 0.7 volt and applied input voltage Vin to the diode, which is used to forward bias the diode, is less than barrier potential. Therefore, in this diagram, you see Vin is variable, but it is varying from zero point 0.1 volt to zero point 0.7 volt. Therefore, diode will not conduct and it is behaving as open switch yes. Therefore, here again, whatever input voltage is applied, zero point 0.1 volt, the zero point 0.1 volt will be measured by the voltmeter connected across diode, and therefore Vd equal to 0.1 volt. If the input is 0.2 volt, Vd will be 0.2 volt and accordingly. And till zero point 0.7 volt, diode is behaving as open switch, no current flows through the diode, therefore voltage across RL by using Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R, current I is equal to 0, therefore VRL is also equal to 0 up to 0.7 volt, up to 0.7 volt. Now let us proceed further. As shown below, when the voltage applied to PN junction diode in forward bias condition is greater than 0.7 volt. Now what we'll do, we'll apply the voltage to the PN junction diode greater than zero point 0.7 volt. At that time, diode starts conducting and the applied input voltage Vin above the zero point 0.7 volt and the applied input voltage Vin above the zero point 0.7 volt gets short circuited by the conducting diode. And this is very important factor now. Up to 0.7 volt diode was not conducting, but after zero point 0.7 volt of the applied input voltage, diode conducts. And when diode conducts, at that time, the voltage above zero point 0.7 volt becomes short circuit by conducting diode. Becomes short circuit by conducting diode due to barrier potential. The measured voltage across diode is always zero point 0.7 volt only. But due to barrier potential, the measured voltage across diode is always zero point 0.7 volt only, and that will understand from the diagram. Now here see, after zero point 0.7 volt of input voltage Vin, the measured voltage across diode is always zero point 0.7 volt. So this diagram is very important and try to understand that now. Now our input voltage Vin is variable DC voltage and such that positive of the voltage source Vin is connected to anode of the diode, negative of the voltage source Vin is connected to cathode of the diode. Diode D is here and voltmeter is connected such that positive of voltmeter to anode of the diode, negative of voltmeter to the cathode of the diode. And now see here, input voltage, earlier it was 0.1 to 0.7, but now input voltage is from 0.8 volt to 10 volt, 0.8 volt to 10 volt. And now here, this input voltage is greater than the barrier potential of the PN junction diode, because barrier potential is 0.7 volt and applied voltage is greater than 0.7 volt, means 0.8 volt to 10 volt. So in this case here, when you go on changing this voltage Vin from 0.8 volt to 1 volt, 1 volt to 2 volt, the diode starts conducting and measured voltage across diode is always 0.7 volt, because you cannot kill the barrier potential which is inside the diode. You cannot kill or you cannot short circuit the barrier potential which is inside the diode. And then the question comes here, how does this voltage is plus 0.7 volt? Because the barrier potential is minus is at the anode, plus is at the cathode. But remember, this voltage is greater than the barrier potential. Therefore, this voltage, measured voltage, will be positive, that is plus 0.7 volt, because negative of the barrier potential comes to the positive of this battery. which is greater in magnitude or which is higher in magnitude than the barrier potential. Therefore, this will become plus and this will become minus and it will be zero point 0.7 volt. Now the question comes here, what will happen about the voltage which is greater than zero point 0.8 volt? Suppose here there is a 5 volt. Then the question comes here, if the voltage across the diode is zero point 0.7 volt and applied voltage is 5 volt, let us consider the case of how much volt? 5 volt. Then 0 0.7 volt is the voltage measured across diode, but we applied suppose 5 volt. Then the question is what? Where is 4.3 volt? What happened with 4.3 volt? So the answer is like this. When diode starts conducting after 0 0.7 volt, when diode starts conducting after 0 0.7 volt, at that time the conducting diode behaves as low resistance device because it is a semiconductor component. At that time, the conducting diode behaves as low resistance device because it is a semiconductor component and voltage above zero point 0.7 volt gets short circuited. And answer to your question is that 4.3 volt. What happened to 4.3 volt? That 4.3 volt is short circuited by conducting diode. Short circuited by conducting diode, and in another language it is also called as the voltage above zero point 0.7 volt gets drop across diode. Drop across diode means short circuit only, and this is very important thing here. Even though if you apply 10 volt, out of that 10 volt, 9.3 volt gets short circuited by the diode. 9.3 volt gets short circuited by the diode, and only zero point 0.7 volt is measured across the diode as a what? Voltage Vd, diode voltage Vd. Now let us come to this diagram, and from this diagram you will understand, because in this diagram barrier potential is shown. Normally we never show the barrier potential, minus here and plus here. Now here see 10 volt is applied. Applied voltage is what volt? 10 volt. When you apply the 10 volt to a diode such that positive of the battery is to the anode of the diode, see here anode of the diode, here it is a cathode of the diode, negative of the battery is connected to the cathode of the diode, and now the diode is forward biased. Why diode is forward biased? Because barrier potential is 0 point 0.7 volt, applied voltage is 10 volt, which is much more greater than barrier potential. And now in this case here your diode DC voltage, that is battery V in, and voltmeter which is connected such that plus is to the positive of battery and to the anode also, minus is to the negative of battery and to the cathode also. This diode now it is measuring. If you do the experiment in the laboratory like this, 10 volt is the applied voltage to the PN junction diode, and you connected PN junction diode in parallel to the battery and voltmeter also in parallel to the battery as well as diode, such that positive of voltmeter to the anode and negative to the cathode, that is positive of voltmeter to positive of battery, negative of voltmeter to negative of battery, voltage across diode, measured voltage Vd, you will get 0 point 0.7 volt. Then again the question comes, sir, what about 9.3 volt? What happened to 9.3 volt? Because I applied 10 volt to the diode and diode voltage across diode measured is 0 point 0.7 volt only. So what happened with 9.3 volt? The answer is very simple again. After 0.7 volt of the input voltage V in, after 0.7 volt of the input voltage V in, PN junction diode starts conducting, and this conducting device which is a semiconductor component, and this conducting device which is semiconductor component short circuits the voltage above 0 point 0.7 volt, short circuits the voltage above 0 point 0.7 volt, and therefore 9.3 volt becomes short circuited or gets short circuited by the PN junction diode. And all of you know short circuit voltage is always 0 volt, which you have studied in the previous lecture. Therefore that 0 volt measurement, if you consider as a short circuit voltage or voltage drop across the diode, will be there, and measured voltage across diode is 0 point 0.7 volt, and this 0 point 0.7 volt is because of barrier potential. Because of barrier potential, the applied voltage is now much more greater than the 0 point 0.7 volt of barrier potential of diode. Even though it is a minus over here, this is much more greater plus. That's why this is plus 0.7 volt. In above diagram, it is also said that the applied input voltage V in over and above zero point 0.7 volt, over and above zero point 0.7 volt means in this case 9.3 volt, over and above 9.7 volt, in this case 9.3 volt because applied is 10 volt, gets drop across the diode, gets drop across the diode. Drop means what? Drop means it gets short circuited by conducting diode. Drop means it gets short circuited by conducting diode, because diode is a semiconductor component and it conducts heavily, therefore that voltage gets short circuited. Now same diagram I am going to show over here, but now in this case here, battery voltage V in voltage is greater than 0.7 volt, is greater than 0.7 volt, and therefore you can say that now the current is flowing through the diode. In earlier case current was 0, where 0 to 0.7 volt. I am going to show you that diagram. So here see, applied voltage V in to the diode was zero point 0.1 volt to 0.7 volt, or you can say 0 to 0.7 volt. Therefore diode was not conducting, behaving as open switch, current was 0. Same diagram will take it here, but instead of 0.1 it is 0.8 to 10 volt. Therefore diode will conduct and it will not be shown as a open switch, and that is what we have done over here. So you can easily understand, 0.8 to 10 volt, and therefore the diode will conduct, therefore current will flow through this, current will flow through this. But again remember, whenever you measure the voltage across diode, whenever you measure the voltage across diode by connecting anode of the diode to the positive of battery and cathode of the diode, see here, cathode of the diode to the negative of battery, the voltage across the diode after zero point 0.7 volt of input voltage, after zero point 0.7 volt of input voltage is always equal to 0.7 volt only. And now suppose this voltage is 1 volt, then PN junction diode is conducting. Applied voltage V in is suppose 1 volt, then PN junction diode is conducting, and voltage above 0.7 volt in case of 1 volt is 0.3 volt only. Voltage above zero point 0.7 volt in case of 1 volt is 0.3 volt only, and that voltage becomes short circuited by the diode, and current started already flowing through the diode. I, because it is forward bias, applied voltage V in is 1 volt greater than barrier potential, and this current starts flowing. Now the question comes here, if you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law to this loop, if you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law to this loop, you can write this equation by applying KVL, and that I have explained you here. See here, in above diagram, if load resistance RL is connected, in above diagram, if load resistance RL is connected after the diode. Now because diode is our conducting and we have connected load resistance RL after the diode, in that case current starts flowing, or current flows through RL because diode is conducting, because diode is conducting, and V in is equal to Vd plus VRL by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law. So let us come to this diagram. So what is the Kirchhoff's voltage law? Kirchhoff's voltage law says that the total applied input voltage V in, the total applied input voltage V in is equal to the voltage drop across each and every component in the network or in the circuit. The voltage drop is equal to each and total applied input voltage V in is equal to the voltage drop across each and every component in the circuit or network. Now in the circuit there are only two components, one is the diode and another is the RL. Therefore total applied voltage V in is equal to, total applied voltage V in is equal to voltage across diode, voltage across diode Vd plus voltage across RL, plus voltage across RL, that is VRL. And this is the equation, very simple, which you got by applying KVL to this loop, LOOP loop. Applied voltage V in is equal to voltage drop across PN junction diode plus voltage drop across RL. Voltage drop across RL is VRL. Voltage drop across zero point 0.7 volt across the diode is what? Voltage across diode is 0.7 volt. So voltage across this and voltage across this, not a drop, sorry. Voltage across this component and across this component. So in this way now, we know Vd is equal to what? 0.7 volt. Vd is equal to 0.7 volt. VRL is, write VRL only. and rearrange this equation now. If you rearrange this equation, what you will get? VRL equal to V in minus zero point 0.7 volt. V in minus zero point 0.7 volt. And in this way, the things are very simple now. If the V in is 1 volt, if V in is 1 volt, then VRL equal to 1 volt minus zero point 0.7 volt equal to 0.3 volt. So voltage across this resistor will be given by this equation, VRL equal to V in minus zero point 0.7 volt. Voltage across this resistor VRL equal to V in minus zero point 0.7 volt by KVL, and that is what I have explained you KVL over here. So in this way here now conclusion is what? So you can go through this slide. If V in is 2 volt, then VRL is equal to 2 volt minus zero point 0.7 is 1.3 volt. If V in is 5 volt, VRL equal to 5 volt minus 0.7 4.3 volt is the voltage across resistor. Voltage across this resistor, and this is very important factor because we will require this in case of a concept for how to maintain the current constant flowing through the PN junction diode even though the temperature increases or decreases. So we'll see that topic some other time. What is the conclusion? The voltage across the conducting PN junction diode, this is important. The voltage across conducting PN junction diode is always zero point 0.7 volt, is always 0.7 volt, and the voltage applied to the PN junction diode over and above 0.7 volt, and the voltage applied to PN junction diode over and above zero point 0.7 volt gets short circuited by the PN junction diode, or in another language gets drop across PN junction diode, drop across PN junction diode. In forward bias condition, the width of DL means depletion layer, DL means depletion layer decreases. In forward bias condition, the width of depletion layer decreases because what is the reason? Because the interatomic distance decreases. Interatomic distance, the distance between two atoms, decreases due to increase in the stability of atoms. Due to increase in the stability of atoms, either by losing the electron or by gaining the electron, either by losing the electron or by gaining the electron. Now in 12th standard all of you have studied that when the atom is not stable, when the atom is not stable, it is vibrating, it is vibrating, and at that time the interatomic distance is increased. But if the atom is stable, stable atom means what? Its octet is completed, number of electrons in the outermost shell are fulfilled, number of electrons in the outermost shell are fulfilled, then interatomic distance decreases. And now here see, in forward bias condition, the width of depletion layer decreases because interatomic distance decreases. Why? Because due to increase in the stability of the atom. Now, how the atom will get stable? If the atom is having one electron excess, then that atom loses that electron and it becomes stable. And another case, if the atom is having one electron less, means shortage, and if it gains that electron, so upon gaining the electron, that atom becomes stable. And in this way, stability of the atom is more important in case of interatomic distance. In case of interatomic distance, and if the atoms are stable, interatomic distance is less or decreased. So here, try to understand now. This is a PN junction diode. This is a PN junction diode. So here p-type material is what? P-type materials means there is vacancy of electron, that is hole. N-type material means what? N-type material means there is excess electron. One electron is extra for each pentavalent impurity. One electron is less for each trivalent impurity. And here, when you connect the battery in forward bias condition, means anode to the positive, p-type material is the anode of the battery, n-type material is the cathode of the battery. So when anode of the battery is anode of the diode, p-type material is the anode of the diode, and n-type material is the cathode of the diode. When anode of the diode is connected to positive of battery and cathode of the diode is connected to negative of battery, what happens? Actually, the source of electron is negative terminal of the battery, but conventional direction of flow of current is what? Like this. So in this way here now what happens? Electron starts entering into the from positive of the battery and going towards the negative of the battery. This is conventional direction of flow of current. Remember, This is conventional direction of flow of current. Actual direction of flow of current is from negative to positive. But we have to consider conventional direction of flow of current. So this ID here, diode current ID. Electron starts flowing from positive to negative conventionally. Therefore, when electron gets occupied into the hole, when electrons get occupied into the hole, at that time the requirement of what? Requirement of electron is satisfied, because hole is nothing but vacancy of electron. And when requirement of electron is satisfied, interatomic distance, that atom becomes stable, that atom becomes stable, and interatomic distance is in decreased, interatomic distance is decreased, and therefore it is said that in case of forward bias condition, the width of depletion layer decreases, the width of depletion layer decreases. So in this way here, that is the explanation for that. In reverse bias condition, in reverse bias condition, it happens exactly opposite. The width of depletion layer increases. Now why? What is the reason? In reverse bias condition, the width of depletion layer increases because the atom in respective region, p-type or n-type, because the atom in respective region or area, you can say p-type or n-type, are attracted towards the respective terminal of battery as shown below. And diode does not conduct. Of course, in reverse bias condition, diode does not conduct. So why the width of depletion layer is increased in reverse bias condition? That we'll understand from the diagram. This you just read it once and twice, and then let us go to the diagram. So here, the negative terminal of the battery, see here. In reverse bias condition, the width of depletion layer, you see, the width of depletion layer is increased. Here, normally we show only one layer of the minus terminal, only one vertical layer of the minus terminal. Here also we will show only one vertical layer of plus terminal. But here now there are two vertical layers of plus and two vertical layers of minus. Means what? Width of depletion layer is increased. Now why it is happening? In reverse bias condition, width of depletion layer increases because in reverse bias condition, when negative terminal of the battery is connected to the anode, negative terminal of the battery is a source of electron, is a source of electron. Therefore, when this electron starts occupying the position into the hole, all holes all holes get fulfilled with the electron, and therefore each atom will start moving or will start shifting towards the negative terminal of the battery. Each atom will start moving or will start shifting towards the negative terminal of the battery, means towards this boundary of the crystal, because electrons are supplied. And like this over here, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the cathode in case of reverse bias condition. Therefore, electrons which is having excess electron, because n-type material is what? Excess electron, extra electron. So positive terminal of the battery start collecting that extra electron, and therefore these atoms again will start moving or shifting towards the positive terminal of the battery. Therefore, upon shifting the atoms towards the negative of the battery in p-type material, and upon shifting the atom towards the yes positive of the battery in n-type material, the width of depletion layer increases, and that is what here it is given. The negative terminal of the battery supply the electron to all holes in p-type material, and positive terminal of the battery collects the free electrons from n-type material of the atoms, and then atom becomes stable, and therefore they get attracted towards these terminals, and therefore depletion layers width is increased. Now here one more example is there. P-type material, N-type material, width of depletion layer is increased. See here, two vertical layers of minus. Now it is red shown. Red means electronic charge, negative electronic charge. Instead of minus sign, they have shown it red. And here blue, instead of plus, they have shown it blue. So it is a plus vertical layer, minus vertical layer, minus vertical layer. Width of depletion layer is more because anode is connected now to the negative of battery and cathode is connected to the positive of battery, and this entire PN junction diode is behaving as open switch, therefore here In this case, always positive of the battery, sorry, positive of the voltmeter is connected to the anode of the diode. Negative of the voltmeter is connected to the cathode of the diode. So p-type material is the anode of the diode, n-type material is the cathode of the diode. Therefore here voltmeter's positive is always connected to anode of diode, negative is connected to cathode of diode. But now our diode is reverse biased. Therefore negative terminal of input voltage Vin, negative terminal of input voltage Vin is connected to anode. Positive terminal of input voltage Vin is connected to cathode, and therefore this voltage measured across this diode, which is reverse bias, which is behaving as open switch, is minus V in. Reverse is minus V in, because look at the voltmeter. Positive of voltmeter will go to negative of battery, and negative of voltmeter will go to here like this, positive of battery. So positive of voltmeter will go to negative of battery, and negative of voltmeter will go to positive of battery, because diode is reverse bias. But we always connect voltmeter, positive of voltmeter to anode, negative of voltmeter to cathode. Therefore this voltmeter will show minus V in. If this is suppose battery is suppose your minus 5 volt, so this will be minus 5 volt. Okay, so accordingly it is that. Now let us go to the next topic. As shown below, in reverse bias condition, as shown below, in reverse bias condition, non-conducting diode is shown as open switch, because in reverse bias condition, always diode behaves as non-conducting device, because width of depletion layer is increase. And here, this diode, which is non-conducting, can be replaced by a open switch. And therefore here, as shown below now, reverse in reverse bias condition, non-conducting diode is shown as open switch. Therefore, the voltage measured across the diode Vd is always equal to applied voltage, because it is open switch. So whatever voltage you apply, the same voltage will be measured across the diode, because diode is not conducting, but it will be in reverse direction, that is what here given here. But Vd is negative, because the voltmeter is connected in reverse direction to the applied reverse voltage Vin, because the voltmeter is connected in reverse direction to the applied reverse voltage Vin. Always the voltmeter is connected to the anode of the diode. Now voltmeter's positive is connected to the anode of the diodes here, and voltmeter's negative is connected to the cathode of the diode. Now here what we have done, in this case, we have connected the what battery Vin to the diode, but we have taken the left hand side of the battery as a positive and right hand side of the battery as a negative, and we have reversed the diode. Anode of the diode is on the right hand side and cathode of the diode is on left hand side. And here anode is connected to negative of battery, cathode is connected to positive of battery, and no current flows because diode is reverse bias. So when no current flows and diode is reverse bias, it is behaving as open switch. And as I told you, voltmeter is always connected such that positive voltmeter to the anode of diode, negative of voltmeter to the cathode of the diode. And therefore here this Vin, positive of the Vin will come where, see here, like this, and then it will go to the negative of voltmeter. Then negative of Vin, where it will go? It will go to the positive of voltmeter, and therefore voltmeters measured this applied input voltage as a minus Vin. And in earlier diagram, what we have done, the diagram which is shown somewhere here, no, just it is below. I'll just show you. So here, this is a one more diagram. So in this case here, what we have done, we have taken anode on the left hand side, cathode on the right hand side, anode on the left hand side, cathode on the right hand side, and we want to reverse bias the diode. So here you can connect minus negative terminal to the anode and positive terminal to the cathode. And in previous diagram, what we have done, we have taken the battery such that plus on the left hand side, minus on the right hand side, and in this diode, if you want to reverse bias the diode, cathode should be to the minus of the cathode should be connected to positive of battery, and anode should be connected to negative of battery. and the rest thing is very simple. Diode is non-conducting there, that's why it is replaced as the open switch. And always voltmeters positive is connected to anode of the battery, voltmeters negative is connected to the cathode of the diode. So anode of the diode and cathode of the diode. So now let us come here. It is a very simple, same structure is there. Battery is taken such that minus on the left hand side, plus on the right hand side, or diode is such that left hand side anode, right hand side cathode. So cathode of the diode is connected to positive of battery, anode of the diode is connected to negative of battery. Diode is reverse bias, behaving as open switch. But remember, positive of voltmeter VD, voltmeter which is to be connected across diode, that is VD, is connected, positive of voltmeter is connected to anode of diode only, negative of voltmeter to cathode of diode only. Therefore, this will be minus V in. This will be minus V in because positive voltmeter goes to negative of battery and negative of voltmeter goes to positive of battery. Now there is one more diagram here, vertical diode. Diode is shown vertical, but remember this is what, non-conducting diode, therefore this switch is equivalent of non-conducting diode. Please don't get confused that there is a neutral switch. No, we are showing the non-conducting diode as an open switch. Anode of the diode, A is anode, C is the cathode. Anode of the diode is connected to negative of battery and cathode of the diode is connected to positive of the battery. Means now diode is reverse bias, and here applied voltage is from 0 to 10 volt. Applied voltage is 0 to 10 volt. So here it starts from zero point 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 all, and then it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4 like that 10. So here anyway diode is non-conducting only because it is reverse bias. Therefore whatever voltage you apply, the same voltage will be measured by this voltmeter. Whatever voltage you apply, same voltage will be measured by this voltmeter. But remember again, this voltmeter will show applied voltage 1 volt V in as a minus 1 volt here, applied voltage V in 2 volt as a minus 2 volt here, because always voltmeter is connected such that positive of voltmeter is to the anode of the battery and negative of voltmeter is to the cathode of battery. Therefore, this voltmeter is connected such that negative of voltmeter is to positive of battery V in and positive of voltmeter is to negative of battery. Therefore, this will show minus. This will show minus. Now let us go to the one more diagram. So after that diagram, see here. This diagram is also very simple. What happens here in this diagram? A diode is taken. Now intentionally I have shown the barrier potential, minus here and plus here. This is the anode of the diode and this is the cathode of the diode. Now anode of the diode is connected to positive of battery, cathode of the diode is connected to the negative of battery. Very simple diagram. Diode is there and we have shown barrier potential inside the diode with minus to the anode and plus to the cathode. All of you know this now. Now cathode of the diode is to minus negative of the battery and anode of the diode is to positive of battery, means diode is forward biased. Diode is forward biased and voltage across applied to the diode, that is V in. Voltage applied to the diode, that is V in. It is not written here but it is a V in, input voltage applied to the diode is 10 volt. How much volt? 10 volt. So 10 volt is very much greater voltage than the 0.7 volt which is required to force the diode into conduction, and therefore you can say that now this diode started conducting after how much volt? 0.7 volt. This diode started conducting after zero point 0.7 volt, and then after zero point 0.7 volt, when the diode started conducting, you connected the voltmeter across diode, and again same, positive of voltmeter to anode of the diode, negative of voltmeter to cathode of the diode. Therefore this voltmeter will again show you how much volt? 0.7 volt only. 0.7 volt only, and the voltage above 0.7 volt, how much it is? 9.3, because you applied 10 volt. The voltage above 0.7 volt means 9.3 volt will get short circuited by this conducting diode, will get short circuited by this conducting diode. And here this diagram is also very simple diagram, but always remember voltage across diode which is conducting, voltage across diode which is conducting after 0.7 volt, of course, is always zero point 0.7 volt, and voltage applied to the diode over and above zero point 0.7 volt, voltage applied to the diode over and above zero point 0.7 volt gets short circuited by conducting diode, and that is also called as gets drop across the diode. Now here in this case I am just going to or trying to confuse you by changing the position of voltmeter. So see here now diagram. Yes, we have taken here anode and here cathode. Anode is connected to positive of the battery. Cathode is connected to the negative of battery. Battery is 10 volt. Battery is how much volt? 10 volt. Now anode is connected to positive of 10 volt battery. Cathode is connected to negative of 10 volt battery. And then what will happen here now? The diode will conduct, because see the barrier potential is here, which is zero point 0.7 volt, and applied voltage is 10 volt. So applied voltage is much more greater than barrier potential, therefore diode will conduct. And now here, to confuse to you people, what we have done, we have taken voltmeter and we have connected the voltmeter to battery such that positive of voltmeter, positive of this voltmeter to positive of battery, and which is also going to the anode of the diode, and negative of the voltmeter to the negative of the battery, and negative of voltmeter is also going to the cathode of the diode. And here what happens, most of the time students get confused. They feel that this voltmeter will measure the voltage of the battery. This voltmeter will measure the voltage of battery because positive of voltmeter is connected to positive of battery, negative of voltmeter to negative of battery, and they answer this as a 10 volt. But remember, this voltmeter is measuring the voltage across PN junction diode, which is forward biased, because voltmeter's positive is connected to the anode of the diode, voltmeter's negative is connected to the cathode of the diode, and therefore this diode will measure 0.7 volt, because above the battery there is a diode. Above the battery there is a diode, and it is forward biased by this battery. The diode is forward biased by this battery. If you remove this diode, remember what I'm saying, if you remove this diode and throw it out, then no doubt that this voltmeter will measure 10 volt. This voltmeter will measure 10 volt because positive of voltmeter is connected to positive of 10 volt battery, negative of voltmeter is connected to negative of 10 volt battery. And this is the role of PN barrier potential of the PN junction diode. So barrier potential is a very important concept, and in this way here, this is the last diagram which will help you in understanding the measurement of voltage. Again, diode is equal to the open switch, yes, because anode of the diode is connected to minus, cathode of the diode is connected to plus, and in this case here, current will never flow, and it is marked as a minus sign. It is wrong because it is a reverse bias, it is an open switch, and here the measured voltage is 10 volt because positive of the battery voltmeter is connected to positive of battery, negative of voltmeter is connected to negative of battery. If you understood, it's well and good. Otherwise you just forget that slide, and let us go to the next slide. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have understood the concept of role of barrier potential inside PN junction diode. If you have any doubt, you can watch the video again and again and get your concept clear about the measurement of voltage across PN junction diode when it is forward biased and when it is reverse biased, and role of barrier potential. So thank you very much for watching the video. In the next lecture, we are going to study the IV characteristics. IV means current and voltage characteristics of PN junction diode in forward bias condition and in reverse bias condition. Thank you.